Hi everybody, Dr. Beth here, and welcome to another edition of The More You Know. For the month of May, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, which is floor mobility. So the ability to easily get up and down from the floor without the assistance of another person. So in the medical community, there is a term called the long lie. So what this means is that you've fallen, you've ended up on the floor, and even if you don't have an injury, you are unable to successfully get up off of the floor without assistance of another person. So we actually know that 50% of the time that people experience a fall, they're physically unable to get up without the assistance of another person. This actually accounts for 17% of 911 calls for people age 65 and older, and is a huge demand on our EMS system when they send the firefighters or the paramedics out to come help you get up off of the floor and you have no other injuries or things going on. What I did find was a really interesting statistic is when you have these types of falls, so when you fall and you're unable to get up off of the floor unassisted, it actually can have some pretty significant consequences to your health. The literature tells us that 50% of people who experience a fall, and even if they don't have an injury, if you don't have the physical capacity to get up off of the floor without assistance of another person, as many as 50% of people die within 6 months of that fall just from complications of being trapped on the floor. So what happens? When you get stuck on the floor, you're more likely to develop pressure ulcers or have areas of skin breakdown due to not being able to unweight parts of your body. You're at a higher risk for developing pneumonia because you're not able to take in nice deep breaths through those lungs. You're at a higher risk of something called rhabdomyolysis, where your muscles actually start to break down in your body. And the problem with that is it creates a lot of toxins that put a heavy load on your liver and on your kidneys and can lead to problems down the road. You're also at a higher risk of hypothermia for being trapped on a cold floor, at risk for dehydration because you can't access fluids, at risk for incontinence because you're unable to get successfully to the bathroom. And again, if you have an accident and you're in wet and soiled clothes, that also leads to risk for hypothermia, risk for additional skin breakdown. And then additional fear of falling. Anybody that's ever told me that they've gotten trapped on the floor for 4 to 8 hours is terrified of having another fall. And like I said, 50% of people who experience this kind of fall where they're just stuck on the ground and they don't really have a major injury, 50% die within 6 months from these complications. So it is a huge issue that we are trying to address at HouseFit. So what are the risk factors for not being able to get up from the floor after a fall? The number one risk factor is decreased physical activity. This is one of the reasons why we've created our MallFit walking program, and we want people to get out and get moving. It's one of the reasons why we have Dr. Erica presenting a workout that you can do in your home every single week. Just by being more physically active, you're more likely to have the strength and confidence to be able to get up off of the floor after a fall. And if you can't, we are here to help. So stay tuned for the rest of the month as we continue to give you more information about this really important topic, skills and exercises so that you can do it more successfully in the future. Thanks so much.